So yes, this mission is called Stolen Intel, and Objective 1 and Objective 2 are going to be touching the deployment zones for each player's, the edge of each player's deployment zone. And basically, at the end of the battle round, if you control either of those objectives, you can move them 6 inches in any direction. And the bonus for this mission, just going to aim at the objective there, is to get either Objective 1 or Objective 2 into your opponent's deployment zone. So it can take up to 4 turns depending on how you move it. So it's tricky, but it does give you 3 victory points at the end of the game, or at the end of the battle round that you complete it. So that can be a big incentive to get extra bonus points in this mission. So you'll see those bonus objectives flying all over the place. The control of them can switch sides very easily, and then the other player at the end of the turn can actually move it back in the opposite direction that you want it to be going in, because they steal it. It's going to be Necrons versus Eldar. Let's see if it works. Boom. Sweet. Frontline Gaming Kill Team mats. So the players have arrived, and they are observing each other's command rosters. It's going to be Eldar versus Necrons. Players are just looking over there, mustering teams and secondary objectives. They were just talking about how to work with this tall tower in the middle of the map.
Oh wait, what? Oh! I've been reading this wrong. We changed it. These guys got me there.
So this will be interesting. Can they get that objective across? Could also think of it like a football.
What?
You could also think of it like a football that you could throw.
Oh, yeah. No, for some reason, I know it. Just bad reading. I was thinking that it was the one you're trying to get the enemies over, but you're actually trying to get your own.
Yes, half your pets can go into deep strike. Well, half your points. So, we already have the teams for the Necrons. We've got a flayed one with flare claws as the leader. We've got a flayed one combat specialist. We've got a flayed one zealot specialist. We've got a flayed one veteran specialist. And then 6 more flayed ones. This is a 10 flayed one Necron team. Getting ready to run that football across the board. The Eldar team is one Dire Avenger Exarch veteran, similar to the last few games. The Howling Banshee Zealot Specialist, Dire Avenger Comm Specialist, one regular Dire Avenger with Shrieking Catapult, 2 Storm Guardian Gunners with Flamers, a Guardian Defender leader, and 3 Storm Guardians with chain swords, and a heavy weapon platform with shuriken cannon. So an 11 model Eldar team and a 10 model Flayed One team. The mission is Stolen Intel. It's 3 victory points for getting Objective 1 across the map into the other player's deployment zone. The deployment zone, Objective 1 and Objective 2 are essentially the 6-inch size of their deployment zone on the short edges of the map. Let's see what the Flayed Ones can do. So the Bell 10 Crap World is the sub-faction for the Eldar. And the sub-faction for the Flayed Ones is Awakened by Murder, the Novak Dynasty. The Novak Awakened by Murder. You can reroll failed hit rolls in the fight waves for attacks made by a model in your kill team if it charged, was charged, or made a pile-in move. Reroll failed hit rolls. So they just rerolled failed hit rolls if they charge or get charged. And they also are rerolling failed wounds with their flare claws, so that is pretty good on a team full of Flayed Ones. And that's not just rerolling ones, that's rerolling all failed hits if they charge or get charged. So it looks like the only elite model in this particular matchup Oh, there are no elite models coming out. Oh yeah, the Howling Banshee Exarch. Yes, the Howling Banshee has been one of the meanest models today. So we have the deployment zone markers placed.
My zealots going into reserve. That's my first deployment.
Ah, so we have an elites thing happening. The Flayed One Zealot is going into reserve prior to the game starting. Very interesting. So we have one flayed. There's 10 flayed ones, 9 will be placed on the table, and 1 is in reserve. We just got a good description of how flayed ones exist in our world. They sort of live in a corporeal reality, and they just kind of phase in to our reality. And that is where they come from when they essentially deep strike or come in from reserves. So the Flayed One Zealot is in reserve, and we have a Flayed One Veteran, Combat, and Leader on the board, or going to be deployed. Okay, so they have moved to deployment. We have Guardian Defender, a couple of Storm Guardians, a couple of crazy specialist Flayed Ones being placed. These models look crazy. I'm actually going to see if I can get an up-close shot of them. So yes, those are his other Flayed One specialists that were deployed with the orange border around their base. One of them is a veteran specialist, and one of them is a combat specialist. I see the Howling Banshee has been deployed. Definitely a dangerous threat. The Michael, the Eldar player, tries not to bring multi-damage weapons against Necrons because of their reanimation protocols. Necron army with no shooting is going to be Some one-sided shooting phases, that's for sure. So it looks like the Dire Avenger Exarch veteran is at the top left side, so he'll be doing the veteran move.
How are we keeping it?
So they're each using a command point to use the veteran tactic, adaptive tactics, to do a move before the initiative. The Necron player has won the initiative. So it looks like the veteran specialist for the Necrons moved up. So you did not use your veteran. You did not use your veteran move, or I'm just not seeing it. Okay. Thought maybe he's hiding behind a tree or something. So there's going to be quite a bit of advancing. So the combat specialist moved up.
-1 for movement over the day.
What do you guys, 5 days?
Yeah.
We've been advancing 7-inch, -1 from jumping over that cracked area of the ruin. For that flayed one. More flayed ones advancing.
This guy is going to.
We advance up onto objective 4. I believe the Necron player will be just advancing his flayed ones every turn. Seems fairly likely. So when a Necron model is obscured, it is pretty much only able to take it out of action on a 5. Assuming no flesh wounds. So the veteran specialist is going to do a normal move. We have a bunch of advanced flayed ones. Looks like a couple of them are hanging back to
They look at the board edges and go, wow, we're really close to them. That's what they do.
Huh. Strategy is confusing me. I'm sure he has something up his sleeve. With those two flayed ones that stayed back against his own table edge. And now on to the Eldar's movement phase. Advancing Dire Avenger, bottom side of the map. All right. Looks like he's measuring for that deep strike. Some potential screening going on. Like, was being very careful that this model was within 5 inches or less to the table edge, so that any outflanking in reserve models, also known as the Flayed One Zealot Specialist, who could come in at the end of this movement phase, within 1 inch of a table edge and within 5 inch or outside 5 inches of an enemy model. Looks like we have some shuffling around of the Eldar team, hanging back a little bit on turn 1. Assume going to try and get some shots off. I'm still so curious, what is the plan with these Flayed Ones on the back edge of the board? Ooh, he's thinking about moving the Howling Banshee. And he rolls the exact 10-inch charge that he needed for the Howling Banshee. That, man. Not one to talk about the dice, but pretty crazy. These are official casino dice. Officially fair. So this is the Dire Avenger Exarch, advancing up to Objective 3. Still the Eldar players' movement phase. I assume he's contemplating his movement based on his secondary mission choices. Whoa, we have a super long advance from the Storm Guardian with Flamer onto Objective 4. They definitely don't have to worry about any shooting coming from the Flayed Ones. Another ridiculous advance. Just putting down some advanced tokens. Hey, thanks for this follow, Jupiter Bronc. Who is left for the Eldar team to move? We've got the heavy weapons platform with Shuriken Cannon. I assume the comm specialist hanging out next to it. If anyone has any insight into the purpose of keeping those Necrons back against the back edge, please fill me in. Because the other player does not have any models in reserve.
Hey Alex, when you're moving the objective for the mission, it doesn't have to measure over things.
No. Just had a question about how the objective moves in this mission. And it does not have to count vertical distance or anything like that. You can just place it anywhere within 6 inches. So while he's moving, I'm going to see if I can't get a nice little close-up shot.
I like that you've used some of the 40K tactics. Yeah.
And I believe we're on to the shooting phase. So the dynasty that he's running, Dynastic Code, lets him reroll failed hits in the fight phase. If he's charged, if he charged, or was charged. If they charge or get charged. The transition is thanks to Kill Team Stream and his sweet setup. We have someone grabbing the Elites book just to look something up real quick. So this is the end of the movement phase. So he's placing his reserve model, strangely, still inside his deployment zone. Curious. I believe we're going on to the shooting phase now.
Here's where it could all go wrong for me. Yeah.
Double ones for the shooting phase, targeting the Necron leader with a flamer. Got one auto hit and failed to wound. We'll see how long that luck lasts for the Eldar. We've got a Shrieking Catapult. Fails to wound.
Question.
This is another flamer.
So it's at the end of a battle.
2 attacks.
How does that work with scoring? Technically
You score first, then move it.
2 wounds on this guy. 2 wounds on that guy.
2 wounds from the flamer.
AAP? 4. Flamer. 1 gets
1 save. He's going to, looks like he's going to re-roll the armor save.
This guy? Oh, actually, you know what? I thought it was.
Not re-rolling, so 1 injury roll. And that is reanimation. Oh, and he's using the command point re-roll to re-roll that. And he does get him out of action with the 5. And he missed. So we've got Comp Specialist. This is the Shrieking Cannon targeting the leader. Two hits. 1 wound. 2 wounds. 2 armor saves. Yeah, lucky 5 takes the life. One wound. Flesh wound onto model. The second shot of the same guy. This is from the Direbenger Exarch. 1 wound. 4 up save. Fails his armor save. Models remaining. That's right, Thought-Doing. Laser pointers. They're actually really good for arena when you're trying to measure around all the sharp edges of the walls and measuring from the edge of each model's base to another model's base. And that is another out of action. That was a Prey on the Weak secondary objective for killing a specialist for the Eldar. One wound on the leader. Armor save is successful. I still don't understand the models on the back edges. Something I don't know about that. I'm hoping he doesn't think that he can scout the field inside his deployment zone. For 2 edges. Another miss. So we have another shrieking catapult targeting the leader. Misses. That is all of the shooting for the turn. We do have one combat. The Howling Banshee charged. I believe he's the combat specialist. Three hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. D3 damage.
I think it has to be in the tray for McQuarrie, yeah. I just keeping it consistent from all of the games. Yeah.
Making sure the rolls land in the box.
So you are -2 to hit me, 1 for damage, 1 for fresh. Okay, so hit on 5, you will...
3 on the week is a Chaos Fury spec rule.
1 hit. 2 misses.
Why would I reroll? You charge me. I only get it if I charge.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I do reroll the weaver.
What do you only get if you charge? What were you saying you only get if you charge?
I'm the Novak dynasty, so if...
Then you get it if you get charged too.
Pretty sure that's not the case.
Because I read it to everyone on the stream, and that's what I read.
Oh! Was charged, you're right.
2 more dice.
I've been playing that wrong. I've been playing that wrong literally the whole day.
So just one, you already got 1 wound, so now you got a second one.
Oh, yeah.
You got 2 wounds. Oh man, I need 12. I got reroll 6.
2 wounds on the Howling Banshee. Makes the armor saves.
That was the end of the first round.
There was something... Oh, yeah.
Well, we're not
After storm.
Yeah, we scored. So, I'm holding 2.
Ooh, and that is the end of the battle round.
I've got this one. I've got that one. After testing that one. I've got one more.
So it looks like the Eldar will get 3 points for objectives.
And then I got Scout the Field as forgot to do.
I did get
Oh, no, you don't have to say it.
Wait, this guy can count for this edge.
You can't because it's in the deployment zone. You only count for deployment zone if it extends to the line.
Sheldon, it's true. I obviously couldn't say anything, but I noticed that earlier. Because we were in the chat, we were discussing his models back, and yeah.
So yes, he unfortunately thought that he was able to scout the field from inside his deployment zone.
They're within 1 inch of the battlefield edge that does not extend beyond this guy would count for that battlefield edge, and this guy would count for that battlefield.
No, this one.
This edge does extend beyond your deployment zone.
Yeah, but this one doesn't. And he's within 1 inch of that one.
Right, but then how do you get this edge?
Because he's within 1 inch of it. And he's counting that one instead of counting this one.
No,
this
but
guy's
he can't,
counting
he
that
can't
one.
count this one. Because he's inside
Yeah,
the
that
deployment
last,
zone.
I think that you added that sentence.
Yeah.
Let me see.
If that's accurate. I mean, I don't know.
That's the
Do not count unless they're within 1 inch of the battlefield. Right, but they have to be within 1 inch of a battlefield's edge that does not extend beyond the deployment zone.
He is. You wrote it, but I'm
No, I didn't. No, I didn't change it.
I think they might have changed it between Nova and here.
Really?
I think so. I'm pretty sure in Nova it was pretty explicit. Don't count.
It's more about the position of the model.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't have placed my guys
I know.
there
Yeah.
if that.
That's what I remember reading it that way, and so we were talking in the chat like, why is he putting that guy there? I don't think maybe he thinks he can get that, but
Yeah.
it might be true.
I just thought you couldn't get another body anywhere on it, you know. But,
It does sound like it's more about the position of the model.
Yeah. Did I just blow your guys' minds? It doesn't say which battle edge you have to count. It says they count for one battle edge, but it doesn't say which one it has to count for.
Rules as written.
I mean, the implication is that it's this one, but
So, because this model, although I think it's just an issue with the wording,
yeah.
oh, that he just has to be in the corner if he wants to do that. But it's still, it's still just for one edge. It still takes two models.
Yeah, so this guy is scoring this one. This guy's scoring this one.
oh, but he's in the opponent's zone. So he doesn't. No, he counts for one edge.
Yeah.
So I've always played that if you roll with your
Me too. I thought you had to be out of it.
Yeah, man, that makes it why you should score. They're learned something today.
Yeah.
And nobody scored.
So he does get scout the field.
So you got anything else?
No, so the thing that me and Michael were unsure about it, and I mean it sort of just makes sense the way when we reread it, that because it says that he just has to be within 1 inch of it's sort of more about the position of the model, but he can still score the point by being with 1 inch of the edge of the board that does extend past the deployment zone, as long as he's with 1 inch of the board that doesn't. Or no, that doesn't. Anyways, either way, I think it will not hurt the outcome of the game. So how many points did you get total at the end of that turn?
2.
Okay, 2 to 4. 2 to 4? Oh, 5. Okay. So it looks like the Necrons have won the initiative. Potentially. Oh, sorry. They're moving their objectives at the end of the turn. This is the stolen intel mission, so they're just moving that objective up the field.
Okay, score points. You don't have to worry about break test or nerf test.
Yeah, Scout the Field just got better.
2.
4. Well, we got these winning numbers.
So yes, the Necron player did win the initiative for Battle Round 2. This is the mission is called Stolen Intel. It's from the Bay Area Open Mission Pack Cadrell. Stolen Intel, and basically they have to move the objectives, and they're trying to essentially score a touchdown by getting it into their opponent's deployment zone, which is worth 3 victory points at the end of the game. Or at the end of the battle round when you are controlling it and it's in your opponent's deployment zone. It's definitely worth it to do it when it's worth 3 points now. Ooh, we've got a charge being initiated.
He probably made it.
So we had a flayed one charging the. Let's see if we can see that. Yes, charging that Dire Avenger there to the left by Objective 4. And we have another flayed one going to charge the same model on Objective 4. 8. Let's see. Could be close. He would just couldn't quite make it. But he did get on to objective. And he does stay within 1 inch of that battlefield edge. Yes, there is. Hand Pants, I can give it to you right now. I will link. Now, you may not be able to click the link, but I will send you the link anyways. Oh, well, actually, if you go to the Frontline Gaming site, click on Bay Area Open, you'll see all, if you scroll down, you'll see all of the events, and you'll hit the... You'll hit the Kill Team event, and it'll say Kill Team information. There'll be like a link. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it says event information or something like that. And that will link you straight to the Bay Area Open mission pack and roster sheets and all that kind of stuff. And that is it for the Necron player's movement phase. Looks like he's just staying put in most cases. Hey, thanks for the follow, Dindulmer.
What?
Trying to pronounce names.
Hold 2 objectives. I mean, right?
There's no rule says you can't.
No rule says you can't.
Can't what?
Hold 2
I can
objectives.
hold 2
at the same
objectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Eldar is going to hold 2 objectives with 1 model. Oh, the Necron Lord did not come back with his reanimation tactic, unfortunately. The Necron leader, I should say. Unfortunate.
I'm holding 1, 2, and success needs to.
Thank you.
And we had another result come in. Ooh, this was a close one. Kevin and his Blood Angels defeated Robin and his Heretic Astartes 14-12.
That good old 10 leadership.
Yeah, no nerve tests for the Necrons, that's for sure. I'm just stapling the score sheets together, so I have to hold the microphone in one hand.
So this is the end of battle round 2. So everyone else is finished. Yeah. Into battle round 3. This game is going a little slower than the rest of the matches that were happening. So we have the Necrons winning the initiative. So he's going to move all of his models first, and we have a charge being declared. Makes his armor save. He got 1 wound on Overwatch. One second, I just have a question from a player from another table. Be right back.
Oh, actually, no, wait, no. I'm gonna advance. Okay, this is marker. Get right on the box there.
8 inches just on the money.
This guy's gonna fall back.
Okay.
Just discussing the Necrons matchups.
Steal your move there. This guy is going to charge that guy.
Okay. He's just sitting there, loving it.
All right, still the Necrons moving phase. 8 inches on the charge. Makes the charge.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting fight on that objective 4. Fortunately, he does have to move away from... Okay, no, he's still within 1 inch of 3 battlefield edges. Getting that second... Yes. That shuriken bonus. That shuriken bonus.
Down
scouting.
No more field scouts.
He will still.
Oh wait.
Well, then just take the 2.
I'll take the one. That was my dumbass move.
Another advance
Okay, let's go quickly so we can finish this.
from the flayed one.
Alright, your phase.
Charge the boat, so he's not going anywhere. All these guys are down. That's not very exciting.
Ooh, what's this? I see some stuff in the chest. Let's open it. Opening the chest for the Necron Dynasty. Alright, now it's the Eldar player's turn to move. Because he is going second. He lost the initiative roll. Looks like he's moving some Storm Guardians up to objective 2.
You hadn't screamed for me. That
And I hear you. That was a big game.
Hey, thanks for the lemon, Ricky.
Yeah. Well, you're like the only guy in the tournament that would have thought to like scream.
So we got a readying Howling Banshee. Interesting choice. We're going to advance for the Dire Avenger, moving into the corner. Taking a page out of the Scout the Field Necron book. What? What? Oh, yeah.
Someone look at this, because I can't see it.
We're checking line of sight from the heavy weapons platform, shrieking cannons, probably to the Necrons around the objectives.
Like somewhere I can see him.
Ah!
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I know what I'll do, so I'm just going to do that.
Every chance I can get.
Ah, no, that didn't work. You can see that Howling Banshee in there, those sweet Necron models. These players are really hugging that table. Let's see if I can't change that camera angle a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't move that bar to the right of the screen, but you can kind of see the Dire Avenger Exarch Veteran in the middle of the screen and the Howling Banshee. There's a whole bunch of models back there. All right, on to the shooting phase. Shooting? Another flesh wound. Onto the Necron specialist, holding 2 objectives. This is a flamer. 3 armor save. Who made that save? 3 armor saves for the Necron back there. Fails to wound. Another shot. Wounds. Does not get the armor save. Another. That's a flesh wound. Ooh, we've got a grenade being thrown by the Storm Guardian. Misses with the grenade. Pistol shot hits. Does not wound. Another shot, 1 hit. 1 wound. Onto the flesh wounded model. Makes his armor save. Another gun. Fails to wound. He's using a command point reroll to reroll the wound. Reanimation protocols. No more flesh wounds. Woo! A lot of shrieking shots, and that last one, just with the 6 on the injury roll, equals reanimation.
It happens. The dice come, the dice go.
It's true.
Okay. Fighting phase.
Fighting phase.
You got some action.
Happy about that. I think
This guy's only 1 target, so might as well hit him.
but you might as well me.
And we're on to the fight phase. We've got a charging Necron, Blade 1, combat specialist. 3 hits. Hitting a Storm Guardian or Storm Guardian with Flamer. No saves. Injury roll, flesh wound.
Alright, and then the other guy's going to split shots 2 into 2.
He's going to divide his attacks.
Yeah. 2 into the Dire Avenger.
Dire Avenger. 1 hit. 1 wound. 2 wounds. Does not make a save. Yeah, another flesh wound.
Other guy.
2 hits. 2 wounds. No saves. Another injury roll. And he is out of action. An Eldar model finally goes out of action.
This guy can't consolidate because he didn't kill him.
What is going on? Oh, that's not the number 2 objective that can be moved. Four up save? Nope.
You control this objective. You can use it if you want to.
Yes, I will.
Okay?
That's the end of the battle round.
Actually, you know the score for
After the Dire Avenger made his 4-up armor save.
I did now. Cut apart. Yay! And
And the Necro player did get proximity alert, cut apart.
finally get on the board here.
I got Bounty Hunter, Scout the Field. I did not get Prey on the Week. I kind of got
Bounty Hunter scout the field for the Eldar player.
I'm holding 1, 2.
I'm just going to get the total once they finish calculating it. Scores?
Yeah, that was turning things around here.
What's this?
You got Skype.
What's the score there?
Bounty Hunter. And that was my second bounty hunter.
Oh, okay.
What's the score there?
The score, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 15, he has 7.
Okay.
That's what the problem is.
15-7 for the Eldar.
I'm moving this.
I think at this point we can't get the bonus out of one of these. Because we lost the turn. Re-lost.
Okay, this is where it gets weird. Nobody can move, but everybody has to move.
You don't get to move that thing in the 4th round, right, Alex?
At the end of the turn,
Do you get to move it at the end of the turn?
but you score it before you move it. So I mean,
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
It just doesn't. So now we're just.
So yes, you could move it, but it wouldn't really help you. So they're just moving the stolen intel objective at the end of the battle round.
Okay, let's see this first. Oh, am I going to move mine? Yes. Sibling right over here.
That's 6.
Oh, well, that would be smart. I think so. It's pretty much right here.
So, looks like they've moved both of those objectives over close to each other. Somebody could potentially control both of the movable objectives.
I'm just checking those first. I rolled very badly against it.
Yes. Yeah, we're definitely missing quite a few competitive players that could be giving Mike a run for his money. Into battle round 4. So the Necrons have won the initiative, initiating a charge, charging the Howling Banshee. Rerolls the charge and gets an 8 and makes it. On top of 2 objectives, no less. Yoda talk? I'm confused. Yeah, I don't think either of the objectives are going to make it into an end zone potentially.
Roll one of those. We don't roll outside the thing. One
Oh, roll outside the thing.
And the armor save.
I think that's gonna make it in. What do you think, buddy?
So we've got charges being initiated. Necron with flesh wound. Charging the Flamer Storm Guardian. Lives through the Overwatch.
Was that a reanimation protocols there? Was that a reanimation protocols that just happened?
No.
Oh, did he still? Oh, okay. I was confused. I was like, where did his pleasure go?
I was running that risk.
This guy's gonna charge these two guys.
Okay. Six.
Ooh, we've got another charge coming in from the Necrons. Charging both Storm Guardians past Objective 4. Ooh, so their reaction to this charge is that they're going to retreat.
Well, yeah, because the two for this. Well, no, I know it was 3 and then 2 up. 5. Oh wait, 7.
Yeah. Sorry.
Failed charge from the Necron.
I think everyone else is happy where they are.
Everyone else is staying in combat, I believe. The double flesh-wounded Dire Avengers just going to try and stay on Objective 4. So this is the movement phase for we have an advance coming up for another Dire Avenger to get in there on Objective 4. Just barely under that tree. So the last round after this one will be back on an arena map. So they're just putting some markers down.
Oh, yeah, so you can do the charge.
So the Howling Banshee did charge.
Oh, he couldn't move. So he didn't charge him. So he's not on the 3, but maybe he'll.
Wasn't he on the 3 before that? I think he got moved then. So, when we were moving everything, I think he got moved. He was 100% on that before.
Sounds good. So he's on the 3. We got 2 on the 3.
It was when we were doing all the movie shenanigans.
So this is still the movement phase for the Eldar. Just while they're leaning over the board, I'm gonna do a different
It's not like an inch higher, you can like stick it through. Right.
different camera angle so they're done leaning over in front of the camera. Still the other moving phase. Dire Avenger Exarch. Got it.
Oh, right, of course I can hit this guy. So, I will take a shot. Playing fives.
Dire Avenger Exarch hitting on fives.
200.
2 hits, 2 wounds. No saves. Injury roll. Flesh wound. Ah, it was on that. Necron back there on objective 4. Flamer. Wounding up 4s. Should we get the same guy? No wounds. So I believe we're going on to the fight phase. Oh, maybe not. Not quite yet. We got some Storm Guardians. Ah, so this is the weapons platform. Does not wound. Let's see what happens in the fight phase. So we've got attacks on the Banshee. Three hits on the Howling Banshee, wounding on 3s, 3 wounds. One gets through. Wow. Makes the armor saves. That was ridiculous. Some of these rolls are pretty crazy. Pardon? Oh, yeah. Howling Banshee going to fight back against the flesh wounded model. Injury roll. And that is out of action. Another charging Necron. 3 hits. 2 wounds. Oh, rerolling wounds. 3 wounds. 1 goes through. Another flesh wound. Injury rolls are crazy. Okay, so because all of the other players are finished, these guys are quickly going to tally up the score for the end of this game so that we can quickly get onto the pairings for the next round. What was the points at the end? Just going to put that into BCP. Just give me a second there. Oh, I guess I need to put all the scores into BCP. Yikes. Come on, let me do the scores. Bisco's bearings, please. Please let me put them in.
entering in the scores into Best Coast Pairings. Sorry about this, just inputting all the scores for the round so that we can get the pairings for the next round.
New reserve rules bit me in the butt.
Honestly, I haven't even used them.
So the final score for this game was 18-8 for the Eldar.
Like turn 3.
She's just almost like Bearded had seen this in a dream
So they had to come in, so I was like, okay. Well,
after seeing the Elites book.